at the event here in Derbyshire, you just said that there are no additional tax rises needed beyond the ones that are set out. How long does that promise last for?
Well, our manifesto sets out what we would like to do in the next Labour government. And all of our promises, the 40,000 additional appointments a week in the NHS, the 6,500 additional teachers in our schools, all of those are fully costed and fully funded. They don't require any further increases in taxes.
Hang on, no, you said that there will be no additional tax rises needed. How long is that blanket promise not to do tax rises beyond what you've already set out going to last for?
Well, I'm not going to write a budget here, but we've been really clear.
Hang on, were you not right? You said...
Sam, there is nothing in our plans that require any further increases in taxes. I have confidence in that.
Hang on,
Voters
so but
confidence.
there's nothing in your plans, but you say there will be no additional tax rises. There's a difference between those two. One allows for there to be more tax rises, one doesn't. Which is it? Because you said that there will be no additional tax rises barely an hour ago.
Well, we have no plans for increased taxes, and indeed we said at the weekend that for the duration of the next Parliament there will be no increases in income tax and national insurance. I would like those taxes to be lower, but I'm not going to make any unfunded commitments to cut taxes without being able to say where the money is going to come from.
So did you misspeak on tax policy in the last hour? I mean, could you end up increasing VAT in any way at all in the next Parliament?
Well, we've already said on VAT, for example, Sam, that VAT will apply to private school fees. So we've already made that commitment.
And that is one of the commitments that you've made. But
yes.
Your statement an hour ago was that there would be no additional tax rises. Could there be rises to VAT beyond that in the next Parliament? Can you rule that out?
We don't need to increase VAT.
Can you rule it out?
We don't need to increase VAT.
Well, then will you rule it out?
Sam, we don't need to increase any taxes because all of our plans, unlike the Conservatives, are fully costed and fully funded. And people can have confidence in that there will be nothing that we put forward that we can't explain where the money is going to come from. And we've put out the limited tax increases that a Labour government will introduce. And people could be confident that we will not be going further than that. The commitments around business rates and VAT on private school fees, the commitment to crack down on tax avoidance and ensure non-DOMs pay their fair share of tax, the tax on private equity bonuses so that is fair, and an extension of the windfall tax. That is the sum total of the tax increases that we are putting forward, and that is the sum total of what is needed to fund the commitments that we have made.
But everybody's expecting you to get into power if you win the election, declare that there's a much bigger black hole than you're expected because of the Tory mess, and then suddenly you will have plans to put up other taxes other than the ones that you specifically ruled out. Can you rule out anything around VAT? Are there other tax rises that you think might have to run? Your plans might change.
No, there are no further increases in tax that we are planning or that we need to fill any black holes.
Are you ruling that out for the whole Parliament?
Well, we've already ruled out increases in income tax, national insurance and corporation tax. That's further...
But not the others. That's the point. You sound like you're not going to raise... So you're not going to... So there could be raises in other taxes other than those three.
I'm not going to write a budget here, but I've been very clear about the tax changes that are needed to fund the plans that we've put forward. And voters can be certain, unlike with the Conservatives, who are putting out £64 billion worth of unfunded tax cuts, that there's nothing in my plans that's not fully costed and fully funded. And that is the difference now between the Labour Party that will put stability first and a Conservative Party that is desperately throwing around huge cheques without any idea how they're going to pay for them.